Hi and welcome everyone. I am Gaming with Jason, and this is just a reminder that I am in a public place. Excuse me for being a little stuttery right now. I'm still kind of getting used to getting back on the saddle with the gaming side. So again, I'm in a public place while I'm on the road, so I don't have the ability to do it in a silent place like I did in the beginning. So what I'm going to be talking about today is we had an epic coalition battle between the top two coalitions. Now, for a lot of people, they might go, wow, this is cool, this is awesome. But not necessarily. It's actually a failure partly on my part, but this is a team failure. Okay, so let me kind of go in here and show you the coalitions. So as you see, NATO here, they're down to 3 members, and they have 1,000 points versus my 3,200. Now, I had been recruiting the Philippines, or not the Philippines, but Argentina over here. As you see, he owns most, if not all, of the Americas. All he's got left is Mexico. We are on a fast track to try and get done. I was hoping that we'd be getting done by like day 29, but it looks like we might hit day 40. Anything under 45 days in my book is a record, because I don't think I've ever won anything closer than, like, I think it's like 47 days. But it does require a lot from the coalition. As you see, Kazakhstan is no longer part of the coalition. I had to make some changes, made a deal with him, said, look, because here's the thing, just because you're not part of the winning coalition, it just means you don't get a win, but you still get gold, because whatever points you have at the end of the server, you get gold for. So you're just not getting the large sum of gold that you would get plus a win. All right, so I had talked with Argentina because Kazakhstan was moving slow, and he's actually part of what caused the problems here that I'm talking about. So if you're going to be a successful coalition and you're going to get a quick win, there are certain things that you need to do. Now, to some it may seem boring, but if it's boring, that means you're doing it right. If you start making intentional mistakes or just start making mistakes, then it becomes way more interesting, and you're going to have a fight on your hands, and you might lose that fight. Now, we're trying to get we're trying to get a quick win. So in some ways, it's just got to be boring, just running through everything. So because Kazakhstan didn't take this area right here, which is the area I told him was his responsibility, he didn't take it like I told him to, and because he was so slow in moving, that created a big old fight, because Turkey was on the other side along with Argentina. Now, I did recruit Argentina, but he wasn't being patient, and so he jumped over to the other side for temporarily, and then he tried to be like, well, I'm coming over, but I'm going to remain neutral. I'm like, no, this is a coalition fight. It's a fight to the death. We can't have that. So I had Turkey talk to him about it, because Turkey wanted to come over to my coalition. Now, we are fighting Saudi Arabia, Ukraine, and, well, Namibia just got its butt slammed. But I can't remember who the third one is that's in their coalition. But we were fighting against Turkey and Saudi Arabia and now Ukraine, because they got in the middle of it. But they ended up taking over Germany as well. And, that's kind of what opened up the door for Turkey to be able to join, because I was happy with what I had. But Turkey's going to have to take over all of Europe, which means that, he's got to have to run really fast and get as much territory as he can every day until it's done. But because Iran and Saudi Arabia were left alone, they became more of a challenge than they should have been. And because of that, that's what brought it to the point to where we had a coalition war. Now, if we would have made an agreement at the beginning, it's like, hey, let's wait until we've got everything conquered, and then we're at a final point where we can have a coalition war, then that's something that you might want to do. And if you're into things like that, that might actually work for you. So let me get him in here and take this city. So I just finally decided to do a dagger through Iran's heart, because I got tired of toying with him. At first I was nibbling and stuff like that, but then he wanted to fight and he wanted to be a little squirrely, and so I'm like, you know what, no. So who is this? Oh, okay, that's Chad. Okay. I thought that was like Romania or something. But anyways, because of that happened, I had to pull everybody off, because Saudi Arabia was attacking Chad, which then Thailand comes in and attacks Chad, and then I'm attacking Iran, and then Turkey and Afghanistan are on their way over. If it wasn't for Turkey and Afghanistan coming over, I think it would have been a different result, and I think we might have lost. But Iran really was going the same way of Kazakhstan. Saudi Arabia really isn't an intelligent player. He's got a lot of growing to do, but it is what it is. And so, if you are in a coalition with a leader, okay. You should choose your leaders wisely. I think I've said this in previous videos. You need to choose your leaders wisely because your leader is going to be what determines between win and loss. Is he able to, as the Marine Corps says, the definition of leadership is to control and inspire a large group of people successfully. Well, if they're not able to do that, well then you're not going to have much success. So, I kept pushing everybody without pushing too hard. It's like, so I told chat, you're on your own, you've got all of Africa. I told Germany, you're on your own, you've got all of Europe. Me and Thailand were kind of working together because, we were kind of stepping on each other's toes. Kazakhstan was supposed to take this area, but then I switched out to to Argentina. And this it is what it is, but I kind of want to give you guys a 50,000-foot overview. Now this is the tail end of it, because we won. But again, it could have turned out much differently if we would have had to deal with Argentina and Turkey. But they were coming over just as it started, so it became one-on-one with everybody. Well, because Saudi was taken over by Thailand, and I'm taking over Iran, and Chad took over Namibia, and so we were able to do one-on-one battles, but that's because we each took one of the players that was closest to us, and we took them on, and by taking them on like that, we were able to win because we were more skilled than them. Chad is, let's look here. I think Chad is the lowest rank here at 31. Okay. You've got Thailand here, who is the highest ranked guy. Okay, and he is he's 122. Okay. So, and then you've got me at like level 74. Let's see what Argentina is at. Argentina is at 32. Okay, so he's still young, wet behind the ears. And I only say that because the longer that you've been doing this and the higher ranks you get, the different your gameplay comes. Whereas look at Turkey, and Turkey was talking a lot of crap to begin with, but he is the lowest one at 24. But he's won a couple of games. He thinks he knows what he's doing. But the thing is he's going to have a few rude awakenings. There is a little bit of arrogance that comes from winning. But as you see, you have some experienced players with some semi-experienced players, and so we each tagged up against him. So if you look here at Saudi Arabia is ranked 13. He's an inexperienced player. That's why he's getting walloped. You've got Iran, who is an equal player, which I'm surprised that he got beat as bad as he did, because he's an equal for me. He should have the knowledge and the experience, but I was able to pay attention. One of the things that you need to really think about is use everything to your advantage. So I saw him with the transport plane that was coming across, and it was in my purview. So I sent my strikers up to take out that plane. Now I don't have to fight those troops, and they're blown out of the air, and I have my own. It's one less thing that I have to worry about, and these are things that I know I've said in other videos. When you're transporting, especially when you're in a really high-end war, let's say, between you and another player, you need to be able to set your network up so that you can keep your stuff incognito. Because if you're flying over any of my allies, well, I can see that. All I have to do is get close to an airport and shoot you out of the sky. Okay, so that is one way to lose transports. Another way to lose transports is over the sea. And as you see, I've got one here. And I'm gonna do another video talking about corvettes and how they can play into naval warfare, because I think that there is a way to where you can get the necessary hardware that you need before you actually go out there and spend a lot of money like on destroyers and cruisers. Because I got into a fight with I got into a fight with New Zealand, and because of all the Corvettes he had, that was, I actually had to go to peace because I didn't want to spend all my resources on him while I was also taking on Iran, because that would stretch me thin. And so, New Zealand taught me something new about Navy, which is, you guys know, I'm not that strong on the Navy side. I'm more of a land fighter, but I've had to learn how to do it. So I hope that this has kind of helped you understand what an epic battle is, kind of how it turns out, how to be able to attack, not only how to be able to attack, but how to avoid it, and if you're looking to get a quick server win because you've got a lot of experienced players around you. Okay, so with that being said, you know how to help the channel. Become a subscriber, hit that like button, hit that bell notification, and there's other ways to help the channel by going down in the description with the affiliate links or a tip jar if you want to leave a tip. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.